We put a bow on round 1 of the NBA playoffs, and we start round 2 of the NBA playoffs. Stick with us on AFTERBUZZ Sports.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Bow. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to AFTERBUZZ Sports. We're reviewing the NBA playoffs. I am Josh Rodriguez. You can follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at Josh_Rodriguez_. I got my panel with me. Deanjilo, where can they find you?
This is the smoothest beat, I think, of any intro show. I love it every time I hear it. Like,
I kind of wish I made it.
Yeah.
We should all, actually.
Allie first.
Allie got the first verse. No, she's not.
All right, guys, you can hit me up on Twitter or Instagram. I'm at Deanjilo, Deanjilo, and you can find this guy to the left. Where?
You can find me on social media at Mike Rips, MikeRips.
Hey guys, my name's Allie Bailey. Chat me in the live right now on the YouTube link. You can find me on social media, AllieBailey_1.
Yes, Allie is in the live chat. Let her know your thoughts on today's action and future action that we will be talking about. Let's get things started. Let's put a bow on the first round, guys. So we had the Clippers and Jazz, the only series to go 7. And Clippers gonna clip.
Clippers gonna clip.
Clippers gonna clip. They lose to the Jazz in 7 games. Final thoughts on the series, Deanjilo. Put a bow on it for me.
It said the first team in NBA history to blow a series lead for 5 seasons in a row.
Oh!
The Los Angeles Clippers.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. I think that sums them up. I mean, I think it's impressive they got it to 7, to be honest.
Without Blake Griffin?
Yeah, so.
I wouldn't call that impressive.
Oh, no.
I mean, once they lost Blake Griffin, they lost the series. So.
Really, you look at it like that? I mean, you force a game 7 at home.
Yeah, but they didn't have enough scoring.
What does that mean?
They couldn't score enough in the series once they didn't have Blake Griffin. Who'd they rely on? I mean, they were hoping that JJ Redick was terrible in the series.
Yeah, he was.
Rivers was hurt for most of the series.
He played well, though.
He played well late, but then they were just relying on Jamal Crawford, who wasn't that great for Jamal, even though he had some big buckets today. But I think Chris Paul was tired too.
Now, how much? Now
they spent all their energy in Game 6 in Utah, which they looked great in that game, but you could tell they didn't have it today.
Yeah, I mean, you have Raymond Felton getting big minutes. You have
Spates getting
big minutes. You have Paul Pierce, one of the greatest of all time. But I mean, at this point in his career, he just retired. So that says enough.
That says everything.
That's what I'm saying. They couldn't get enough scoring. That was what it was. They couldn't get buckets. And they needed Chris Paul to go for 40, 45, and he was going for his normal 30. He's efficient and he's effective like that, but he didn't have his legs today. You could tell.
No, he actually shot terribly today too.
Yeah,
he didn't do anything today.
How come they aren't more motivated to win Game 7 at home?
I think that they were motivated. They just didn't have enough scoring. They needed Blake, and DeAndre couldn't. The foul shots. They kept fouling him, and he couldn't make the. I mean, it's the story of the Clippers forever, but he couldn't make the free throws. He was good, but they put up the stats, Chris and DeAndre, but it's the same Clippers.
Yeah,
Clippers going clip.
It's always something, and so obviously they got to blow up the team now.
I was about to ask you that. Do you think they should blow up the team?
I say no, simply because it's the Clippers, and you remember what you were before this.
You just gave the stat, though.
Huh?
You just gave the stat.
It's sad, but I bet you if I gave you stats before those 5 seasons,
it's even
you
worse.
wouldn't get stats because they wouldn't have been in the postseason.
Agreed, but they can't keep running this back at this point.
If I was ownership from the standpoint, okay, yeah, I would love to get a championship, but I'm the Clippers, and that's probably not going to happen, so I would love to stay competitive. I would keep them together. I think it's good basketball. It's more depressing for fans to see them to regress to where, because that's what's going to happen if they don't.
They've been regressing. They're not even that good anymore.
But how much do you put on injuries? I mean, Chris Paul was injured a couple years ago. Blake's been injured the past couple of at the end of the day, it's like, are these excuses or are there reasons? Because there's a difference between having a reason for failing and having an excuse for failing. Do you get what I'm saying?
Eventually, though, the injuries, when they're consistent year in, year out, that's just part of the situation. And so whether it's by accident or not, luck or not, I mean, they're injured a lot. They need the team. Then they have so many question marks with free agency options that they just can't bring back the same team. And to your point about the Clippers, what they were and what they are now, Steve Ballmer bought the team recently, so he doesn't know about the past. He doesn't care about the past, and he just knows his last couple of years. It's not like he was part of the pre-Clippers team when they were terrible.
That's fair. I don't think like bring every single person back. I think bring back the important guys.
So who?
Blake Griffin.
The core.
Yeah, the core. You don't need. I think JJ. Maybe he could go.
JJ's gone.
Yeah,
he's gone.
Who? I don't know who the other free agents
Chris
are.
Paul. Chris Paul's free agent.
I'd make a push for Paul, man. I know that's like
Paul George?
Yeah, because of that. That's something that's a little bit big.
I think so
course.
too, because Paul George wants out, and then Blake Griffin's probably the best that the Pacers are going to get.
Yeah.
Really is. Because
No,
if you're
but-
the Pacers, you know you're losing Paul George. You have to take what's given to you. And if Blake
but
Griffin
what about
is
the Lakers? Lakers are going to try to trade for Paul.
Paul
George.
George wants to win.
Right, I was saying if I was
wants to
Paul George,
win.
would I
Come
want to go to
on.
the Lakers or the
I
Clippers?
mean,
I mean, he's a Laker fan, but
I-
do you want to win or do you want to be a Laker?
Wow, what are you winning on the Clippers? The Clippers ain't winning.
What are you winning
nothing.
with the Lakers right now? You're not winning anything.
Are
don't
you a
even get
Laker
into the
fan?
playoffs. No.
Oh, okay, all right.
Allie, what do you think about this team? You think they should blow it up?
What does the chat think?
Yeah, what does the chat think, too?
Well, we had Scott in the chat say Clippers and Jazz playing for the right to get destroyed by the Warriors. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But I
That's true.
definitely think blow it up. I mean, 5 seasons in a row.
Yeah.
You know, losing in the playoffs when you're up, 2 games.
Yeah, it was 2 games. Yeah.
You have to make a change, and making minor changes obviously isn't showing to be enough. So.
My only thing about blowing it up, if they do that, you have to blow it up with a purpose. Like, don't just blow it up, let him leave, bring him
Just
back,
blow
it don't
it.
work, and then trade him for some picks. I don't know, like,
But-
don't just lose
Right.
that
So
asset.
here's the other thing, though, because Chris Paul is eventually going to start declining here shortly.
Fair.
He's probably hit his peak as he's an amazing point guard, but you're not going to sign him 5 years, $200 million. You're not going to get the peak out of him for the next 5 years. So
He has a good 2 or 3 years left.
he does, but he's still not the young guy that he was.
Right.
And so if you ask me, I think they're going to trade Blake. I could see a sign and trade. I could see a 3-way where I think they're going to get Carmelo in the offseason.
Okay, I was about to ask that next.
But I think JJ has to be gone. He was terrible. He
Yeah,
lost a
JJ's
lot of
gotta
money
go.
in the playoffs, I think, JJ.
Yeah,
he hurt
But I
himself.
think he has to go. I think they bring back Austin, and it'll be interesting to see with Doc, though.
Would you fire Doc?
I don't think that they would fire him.
Chat, would you fire Doc Rivers?
I wouldn't fire him. It's not his fault that they're getting injured, but I think maybe he should relinquish the GM duties or something
I
where
agree.
he's not doing both.
I agree.
He's a good
totally.
coach.
He's a terrible GM.
He's not going to take
not a
that,
gr-
though. You might as well just fire him. I don't know, if you demote him from one position,
Yeah,
you
it's
might as
tough.
well get rid of him.
It's tough.
Because that's just,
Well, at what point does he have to take a step back and say, okay, you know what, I wasn't good at this. This is my first time
Or not
trying.
even that. Just say, like, let me just focus on the team.
Right,
Right.
I mean, he's still getting the same money.
yeah.
right.
He's got a contract, but they got to do something. You can't just keep running it back the same way and with
Agreed.
the same
Something
results.
different needs
That's
to be
all.
done.
There needs to be a change.
I just don't think they should overreact and just be like, all right, well, bye, guys. To
I'm
everyone.
not-
Right,
I'm not-
That's just not a good big picture plan.
I'm not saying trade DeAndre, Blake, and Chris and get
It's just
nothing
like-
back, but go to battle with something else, even if it is just getting Carmelo in here. Just do something different.
Well, they need a bench,
But not
too.
only
They need
that,
a bench as well. They need a lot.
They need a bench, but they
Yeah.
also need the fans don't care. I was at the
That's
game.
what I'm saying. Like,
The fans don't care. And even if you watched after Game 6 when they won in the post game, right after the game, Chris Paul even said, "We're going to need you, Clipper Nation, in Game 7." And you could see in the arena they didn't care.
Those are Laker fans.
like if I just feel so bad for the like. Why would you even stay in Los Angeles at this point? Allie, what are they saying in the chat?
We have some people in the chat. Fire Doc Rivers as the GM.
Oh, okay.
From Scott, but keep him as the coach. So
What? Okay.
I just don't think
What
he'll.
Mike said.
It'd be nice if he would probably take that nicely, but I don't think he would.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get started with the second round. We'll talk about the Jazz later when we do our predictions. But today, the second round started. Boston beats Washington 123-111, and the Wizards got off to a 16-0 start. What happened, Deanjilo? Angelo is our resident
DC
Wizards fan,
fan.
ladies and gentlemen. He's our resident Wizards fan. Let me know what happened, man. In your own words.
I saw that lead. You'll probably think I'm joking. I saw that lead and I was like, oh man, here we go. Because
Get outta here.
No, I have to be honest because it's a game of runs.
Yes.
And they play very inspired. They played really well in the beginning, but I think it came down to defense
Well,
Yeah.
or lack thereof.
Yeah.
They weren't very disciplined on that end.
what happened was Markieff Morris got hurt
Well, he got hurt when they were tied, though.
Yeah.
in the second quarter. Then
Yeah,
they inserted Oubre and Brad Stevens made the change.
Oubre didn't-
Oubre had a good
He-
game.
Yeah.
He inserted. He took out Joe Green, put in Marcus Smart. Brad Stevens made the right adjustments. That's what happened in the game. Also, Boston shot incredible from 3-point.
I was about to say that
range.
Crowder
He
played.
didn't miss.
They
I mean, he had some
played- they-
open ones.
yeah.
Quite a
They
bit.
they were hitting all their threes. I think they had tied their franchise record for threes in the game. They were from three. They were 19 of 39. So Boston tied their record, which is incredible. They're not going to shoot 50% from threes on 40 threes each game. But Brad Stevens is a better coach than Scott Brooks. And if Markieff Morris is out, if Markieff Morris is out, they don't stand a chance. But if Markieff Morris comes back, he says he's going to play in game 2.
Yeah.
I think Washington will win the series.
I don't know. I think, well, one, like looking at this box score, 24 points from Jay Crowder. That's not going to be duplicated.
It can be.
24 points on 6 of 8 from 3.
All right, well,
that's hard to believe. I don't know.
Crowder can put up points if he's open, if they're creating.
I mean,
for him,
he did shoot 6 of 8 from 3. Which
all
is
right, that's
all
pretty,
their
like-
role players played well, but
That's good for Steph, 6 for 8 from 3. But like, I think, I'm not nervous. Like from a big picture standpoint, when you're the lowest seed, all you need to do is split those road games.
Yes.
They showed that they're not intimidated by them, but you can't allow anyone to score 123 points.
You got to play some defense.
Yeah, they got to play better D. And I think if Markieff Morris or not, if they play more discipline on defense, then they'll win game 2. But I'm like generally just more optimistic. I'm not concerned about, because I know this series will go to 7 or 6.
Okay.
We have EXO host in the chat. Wizards blew their chance to steal a game. I think Celtics go into Washington up 2-0. What do you guys think?
I think it's big. I mean, if Markieff Morris doesn't play, the series is over.
If Markieff Morris plays game 2, I'm saying the Wizards take game 2 in Boston.
Why are y'all ranking Markieff so high?
Because it's just
matchups in this series.
It's matchups, and on top of that, you see with Blake. Like I know he's not Blake Griffin, but you go out, you lose a starter, and then you have to put someone from the bench into the lineup, and then you have to bring someone who's not in the rotation into the rotation, and it's just like a downward spiral.
For the record, you said that Kelly Oubre played well. He was minus 22. I mean, I'm just saying.
I thought he played well.
He had like 10 points though.
Yeah, but
and he's an energy
scored
guy.
A lot of points. Markieff Morris is way better than Kelly Oubre.
Yeah,
Plus
yeah,
matchup
he
wise,
is.
they need their one advantage. Washington is they need to take advantage of the big guys down low with Gortat.
Yes,
and so they need Markieff Morris.
Horford played well.
He did play well.
That's one person. I think he's the X factor in this series. If he can play like he played tonight, I think Boston can win the series.
Yeah, Boston. I mean,
but
Boston
he didn't play this in the first round.
He didn't.
He did not play this.
No,
in the
but
first round.
Washington has to play defense.
Yeah, they play defense. I also think I was disappointed. I know John had like 20 points, but on 20 shots, Isaiah Thomas is checking you most of this series.
Right.
I think he needs to be able to exploit that from the standpoint of where he can get 30 or something, where they need to like make Isaiah Thomas such a liability on defense because he is. I think that's going to be another key. I think they exploited in the beginning, but they didn't take advantage of it throughout.
Well,
they
put Avery on him a couple times.
Yeah, and then you can't. Wherever Isaiah's going, I think that's where they need to go. If Isaiah's on Otto Porter, if he's on Bradley Beal, wherever that is, that guy needs to be able to exploit that like substantially.
I agree.
Yeah.
Allie, did you catch any of the game? Do you have any thoughts on the game?
I caught a little bit.
Okay.
Not too much, but we have another Scott in the chat.
Hello, Scott.
He agrees with you guys. Wizards bench is pretty thin. If they don't have Morris, then it's going to be really tough to overcome that.
Yeah.
And we need
so
Mahimi
I think everyone
coming
agrees
back
on
too.
that.
Yeah, and the
Ian
Wizards.
Mahimi coming back is gonna be big for us as well.
Yep, and the Wizards starting 5 though. I've been saying this since we've been airing. I love their starting 5. Anyone can score at any given time. Not any given time. Gortat's not gonna hit a step back 3, but you get my point. Like I think their starting 5 is so dangerous, and I think if they lose one of those in the lineup, it's just a downward spiral from there. Not so much to the point where they're gonna like lose.
Yeah.
And get swept, but it's a big deal if Markieff can't play.
Yeah, their bench is trash. But that's why they need Markieff too, because they need Oubre to come off the bench and give them some scoring. When you put him in the top 5, they have literally nobody.
And then Bogdanovich
I was about
shot
to say
pretty
that.
well in the fourth. He had like a nice little spurt there in the fourth quarter, but he has been nothing for the Wizards. I mean, ever since they
Super
got him, he's been a
streaky.
very big disappointment. I know Brandon Jennings has been a disappointment for the Wizards
Jennings
since they
had
got
0
him.
points today.
So I mean, these these mid-season acquisitions haven't been working out for them, which is unfortunate.
That goes more to the this past offseason, very questionable decisions from a free agent additions,
right?
And it really shows in the bench because the starting lineup was decisions made beforehand, but that also could cost them.
Why is Scott Brooks a better coach than Brad Stevens?
Oh, do you want to talk about that?
Come on.
Why? All right, I'm not as high on Brad Stevens as everyone else is. This is his first time out of the first round.
Yeah, this is.
Wait, he's only been a coach for what?
He
3
was
seasons?
He was like 2-8 coming into this playoff.
Yeah, he's playing with.
I'm just saying.
I mean, the Celtics got the #1 seed. You wouldn't say that they're the best team in the
Scott
East,
Brooks
right?
took a team to the finals.
He had Kevin Durant and Russell
He
Westbrook.
still took a team to a
He didn't take him anywhere.
And
They haven't. They haven't.
They did. Are you kidding me? He didn't take him anywhere. I think they lost because he was the coach. He didn't know what to do.
Okay, so what about what he's done with the Wizards this year?
I mean, I'm not saying Scott Brooks is not a bad coach. I'm not saying he's a bad coach.
You're putting Brad Stevens over.
I'm just saying Brad Stevens is a very good coach.
I
like Scott Brooks as a coach. He's not. Brad Stevens in game, he knows the matchups. Like he's a better coach to me.
You so decisively say that Brad Stevens is better than Scott Brooks, and I don't think it's decisive at all. I don't understand.
Chat,
yes, Brad Stevens, he's cute, it's cool. They've had a great record.
It's
But they
what he
haven't
looks
done
like.
anything. I don't know.
He's a
It's-
cute. He's a cutie.
It's cute. Yeah,
He's
I don't
cute.
know.
Yo, he made Isaiah Thomas like one of the top 12 players in the league.
Chat. Scott
made
Brooks
Isaiah
or Brad
Thomas
Stevens.
that?
I mean,
that's a
he
good
kind
figure.
of has been the person that's made Isaiah this good. Has he not?
Allie, Scott Brooks or Brad Stevens as your
Come on,
coach.
This is not even. It's not even a debate. Immediately when Markieff Morris went out, Brad Stevens affected the game today, and then the game changed immediately.
How does Brad Stevens get credit for Markieff Morris going out? I'm so confused.
He gets credit for taking Gerald Green out, inserting Marcus Smart,
Brad
and
Stevens
changing the game.
had no answers for Rajon Rondo last
did
series,
not.
and was
He
lucky.
got a break.
and was
They would have been
lucky.
out in the first round if
Yes.
Rajon Rondo got
Okay,
out.
It might have
EXO
been out.
host in the chat says you guys can't forget the tooth. That's a story.
The tooth.
Oh, we
The
have to talk
tooth.
about the tooth.
First
Shout out to
Boston
Otto
had
Porter,
the truth,
man.
and now they have the tooth.
Shout out to Otto Porter, man. You know that was part of the game plan, I believe.
Yeah.
we
To
gotta
knock out his
get
tooth.
we gotta get him out of whack. It didn't work.
It didn't work at all. He
No,
had 33
no,
points.
he dropped 33 points, but I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it.
So I
Wait,
think
what are you proud of?
Man, I'm digging for positives in this game. We lost. Leave me alone.
well, at least we knocked out his tooth. we did what we had to do. All right, so let's move on to these other series. Actually before we go on, before this game, what did you have?
In
Winning the series, yes.
I like Washington.
In how many?
7.
7? Deanjilo.
Washington in 6 now.
Okay.
Now,
Now.
after they're down one? All right, we'll take it.
Allie, what's your prediction for this series, Boston and Washington?
I think Boston in 7.
You
Boston
can
seven.
leave this room right now. Just
Get
leave
outta
it.
here.
And I
Allie,
sort of said
what do I
that
need you for?
to make you a little bit laugh.
All right, well, I'm not going to lie. I had Washington in 6.
Good.
You still have that?
Yes, yeah, I mean, I got to stick with it.
You can't. I don't.
You can update what you think.
Fair.
No,
You can.
I can update what I think, which
Okay.
is true, but I don't want to officially change my pick yet.
Okay, all right.
It was one game. If
No point
Washington
in
splits,
overreacting.
That's fine. No,
Yeah.
if
that's
Washington
fine.
splits, I'm in good shape.
I might be a little
I
more
agree.
depressed if we lose
I
game
agree.
2. A lot more depressed.
Game
if
2
we
is
lose
huge.
Game 2.
Game 2 and 3 are huge.
Gotta
Just
split.
remember that you guys think Scott Brooks is a better coach than
I didn't say
Brad
he was a better
Stevens
coach.
is not decisively
First,
a
that
better
never
coach.
came out of my mouth.
Decisively.
That
What is
never
your-
came
what
out-
is your
I was
coaching
playing
total
devil's
for?
Okay,
advocate.
we had Steven in the chat here
Steven.
to
Brad
say
Stevens above
Brad
Scott Brooks.
Stevens is responsible for making an all-star player into an elite player.
Okay, that's what Rippe said.
Yeah, I mean, but that's.
graced
Am
you
I
too.
saying anything that's not clear? I didn't say anything crazy. I mean,
But
clearly,
I
Isaiah Thomas
I
is-
just don't get what Brad Stevens has done so great.
Look at that team.
Outside of Scott, yes, they made it
They're
to the
the
finals.
number
It's still
one
difficult to
seed.
do, huh?
The Celtics are the number 1 seed. You look at that team.
Okay,
you're
but
like,
is that
they should
more
not
of
be the number one
that
seed.
more of an indication of the Cavaliers' regression or the Celtics' dominance? Haven't everyone said that they are
know.
like the
Bars.
worst number 1 seed of all time, and they almost lost to an 8 seed?
Bars.
I would say that they're the number 1 seed because
I'm
of the
trying
coach.
I'm trying to stay chill, but like, come on, bro.
Because of the coach. Clearly, they're the number 1 seed because of the coach, not because of the players. Like they're probably like a 4 or 5
Is Brad
seed.
Stevens a better coach than Doc Rivers?
If you put Scott Brooks as coaching the Celtics, there's no
Is Brad
chance
Stevens
in
a
hell
better
they're
coach?
1 seed.
Is Brad Stevens a better coach than Doc Rivers in your mind?
In game, yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
I think so.
Cleveland and Toronto.
Doc Rivers has won the championship.
He has won a
Kevin
championship.
Garnett, Paul Pierce, and oh, come on, bro.
He
We're
has
going to
won a
spend the next
championship.
20 minutes debating whether or not Scott Brooks is
Brad, this makes me like Brad Stevens so much
Where
less.
is Scott Brooks on the
It's-
coaching
I
pecking
don't
order?
even care about Brad Stevens at all. I'm just calling it the way.
How's he
is.
better
All right,
than
guys.
Doc Rivers?
Cavs Raptors.
Okay,
Cavs
if I recall, last time Mike had Raptors winning the series, right?
Yes. Did you?
Raptors over
Cavs.
Cavs.
Yeah, over Cavs.
No, I have Wizards over Cavs.
That's what he has.
That's what. Oh,
I
okay,
have
never
Raptors
mind.
over
Never mind.
Cavs.
Okay, so
It doesn't feel great.
you want to
right
go
now.
over?
I'll ask the
thinking about
chat.
Let's ask the chat. What do you think's gonna happen in this Raptors
Scott
Cavs
Brooks,
series?
man.
Important matchups, things to look out for. I mean, I just think Cleveland and their defense. Are they gonna finally start playing defense? Because if they're not, they're gonna have a lot harder of a time with a team like Toronto who has better talent than Indiana does. I'm taking the Cavs in 6. I think they lose a couple games, but I still think they prevail.
Well, the Cavs beat the Raptors in 6 last year
Yes,
in
they
the
did.
playoffs.
They did
But this is a better Raptors team, right?
slightly.
They got Serge.
Slightly.
They got
On paper.
They got PJ Tucker. Those are 2 big guys that
Yeah.
on paper, right? That should add, but you can never really trust Kyle and DeMar, right?
Just hate the
It's
way
the
they play,
playoffs.
It's
Yeah, I know.
hard. Yeah, it's hard to get invested in this. I think they're going to get swept.
Really?
I think the Raptors are
No,
gonna get
I will
swept.
bet you right now whatever you want. That's
I
not-
can't bet on teams that are not my basketball team, but
A
Kyle Lowry.
sweep?
That's something.
Because we have
we'll,
not-
We'll ask the chat what the wager should be.
A sweep.
Yeah, we
Chat,
can
what's
do
the
that.
wager between
Because
Deanjilo
I
and Mike
don't think the
Rippe?
Cavs have showed us peak Cavs yet, and I
I don't
think it's
think so either.
happening in this series. And I have not seen Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan show me anything to believe that they're going to compete this series.
DeRozan did
I
play
agree.
better at the end of the Bucks series. He did.
Yeah,
It was the
did.
Bucks.
He turned
Yeah.
on. Yeah, future MVP Giannis, but
Yep.
Fair.
Whatever you want. The Raptors are not. I don't even like the Raptors. They are not getting swept in this series. No chance.
Someone has to get swept outside of the Warriors.
Do you remember Game 1 of the Pacers Cavs?
I don't see you guys are scared to say that someone's getting
No,
swept.
I'm
This
gonna.
guy over here would not say the Blazers would get swept by the Warriors last week.
There's going to be some sweeps in the West.
There won't be a sweep next round in the West. We'll get it too.
I think the Cavs are going to be really focused, and I
Okay.
think they are getting rid of the Raptors in 4 games.
I don't think they play good enough defense.
Maybe
Their
the
defense
Raptors
is
will win Game 3.
terrible.
They don't play good enough.
Even
Their
you
defense
and
is
you
terrible.
have your theory about the Raptors.
Yeah.
Dude, they don't have to play that great. They don't have to close out on the 3 for what?
That's true.
It's not hard. I
It's
don't
all
think
like mid-range,
to shut them
dribble,
down. Yeah.
dribble.
I think the Raptors are the Cavs' new Atlanta Hawks because they would always just handle the Atlanta Hawks.
I mean, we'll
Allie,
see.
what do you
I guess
Okay,
we'll see.
EXO host in the
Yeah.
chat here says Cavs defense will be their downfall. You can't ignore that, and DeRozan is on a mission.
Downfall in this series? Who said
Yeah.
that?
EXO host.
XO. This series?
Yeah, not this series.
This series?
This
I
is
want to make sure that he or she is saying this series.
I'm
Question mark.
asking.
All right.
I mean, if he or she is watching, they know that I'm asking too. What do you think personally, Allie?
I mean, I definitely have the Cavs winning this series.
And how?
I still think Raptors will get 1 or 2.
I'm still
Okay.
trying to figure
Yeah.
out what we're betting here because there's no way they're getting swept.
Really?
Okay.
Come
No way. Like
They won
not
2
even a
games
little bit
last
of
Okay.
They won 2 games last year, and the Cavs are markedly worse on defense this year, and the Raptors
Yeah.
have 2 better players than
I
they had
agree.
last
With
season.
Rippe, D'Angelo.
The
I
the
agree.
Raptors.
Sweep?
I don't
Do
think
you-
that's
that's
not a
crazy.
blasphemous statement. It's
That
not a
sounds
blasphemous
crazy.
statement.
I mean, here's the thing.
It's
It
a
is
bit of a
LeBron,
reach.
I
but-
get it, but like a sweep? If
Okay,
you
but
would've
who these teams play at their best? Who's gonna win?
The Cavs are a
And I'm
better
telling you
team.
that the Cavs are gonna play their best throughout this
4
series.
straight games?
Yes. You telling me that it's not
Listen,
possible?
it's possible.
It's possible.
What's the chat
Okay,
saying?
EXO host
Possible.
responded to you saying Raps pushed it to 6 last year. Raps are better now, and Cavs are worse. No way, it's a sweep.
Agreed. Thank you.
I agree with that logic.
I'm not
I just
saying
don't know.
that
But EXO
is
said
slightly
they're gonna.
controversial,
Look at that, though.
but-
EXO said they're gonna lose though.
Game 1, Cavs Pacers. They had a shot. The Pacers had a game-winning shot. Like the Raptors are
Yeah, the
so
Cavs were
much
not very
better
good
than
in
the
the first round.
Pacers.
The Cavs were not good in the first round. I agree.
I know. So you're
I'm
you're-
assuming
you're
that the
assuming
Cavs
they're
are
just
gonna-
going to show up, right? Which
Right.
is fair. If
Right.
if they show up and all of a sudden their defense is markedly better, then yeah, they could sweep them. But I don't think that's even close to happening.
Okay, so
Honestly, I think this could go 7.
no, that's too much. That's pushing.
I mean, it's 1 game more than last year. It's not that crazy.
No, but listen, I'm gonna do my whole
It's
Raptors
because
rant
you
again.
don't like the ISO. I understand.
It's not just the ISO. I
get
mean,
it.
it's dribble around the perimeter, mid range. Like they don't really look for each other that often. They don't have a sharpshooter from 3. Lowry's hot or cold from 3.
I agree.
Cavs shoot a lot of 3s. You have to match the Cavs with 3s. It's a new math in the
But
NBA.
this
That's why the
whole-
Rockets
the
and
thing
the Warriors.
Is Serge, I like Serge.
I love Serge.
He's like the
He's the
third-
one player on the
when
team
he's
I
the
like a
third
lot.
best player on the team now. He can do the roles that he needs to do. Plus, PJ Tucker's a badass.
But you're assuming that Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan are going to show up together.
I'm not really assuming that. I
Yeah.
feel like
And they both
maybe
have to
one in
win a game. They both have to be there together.
And the Raptors didn't
and
necessarily
like each
play
other.
well. And to D'Angelo's point, the Raptors did not play well against the Bucks.
Kyle Lowry
they
did
really
not
did
play
not.
well.
It took him a couple games to
It
get
did.
it going,
It
but
did.
they made good adjustments. Because look at that, the
They
Bucks. It looked like the Bucks were going to take him
Jason-
out, right?
Fair.
And then they made good adjustments.
I think Jason Kidd was awful at the end of that series. Awful. All right, let's move on. Warriors and the Utah Jazz. D'Angelo, I'm going to say what you want to hear. I think the Warriors are going to sweep the Jazz.
I disagree with you.
What?
Actually.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I actually disagree. I'm so happy that they won and not the Clippers because I think not that I think this is going to be a compelling series. I
Yeah.
think the games will be a little bit more competitive, especially when it gets to Utah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, 4-1.
So what do you have?
4-1.
5? You have
yeah,
5?
Going to 5.
Okay, Rippe, what do you got?
Wait, the Cavs are going to sweep, but the Warriors are not going to sweep.
I like
make
the
sense.
Jazz. I like the Jazz. I do. The Jazz,
yeah,
they beat them during the season.
They
4-1,
did.
At home.
Yeah.
Game 3.
Utah is a
in
tough place to
Utah,
play,
yeah.
but the Clippers did take 2 in Utah this series, so how tough is it really? What? Say what you were going to say.
I don't know.
And Utah beat them without Gordon Hayward in that game.
I think that Utah actually matches up pretty good with Golden State, but Golden State is just better than everybody
Yeah.
this year.
Utah is the exact
mean,
opposite of Golden State. They got to slow the ball down. They have to use the whole shot clock because they play great defense.
But they have good depth, even though your depth is less important in the playoffs compared to the regular season.
Right.
Like Utah has they go 8 or 9 deep.
Yeah.
With, they can change people in. Like today, that's how they
Right.
beat the Clippers. with especially with Joe Johnson's playing really well right now.
Yeah, he is.
And then Ingles is playing well, and Rodney Hood stepped up.
He could score. Yeah,
they got players, and Gordon Hayward is really good.
When the Jazz have a similar DNA as the Grizzlies, the Grizzlies consistently gave the Warriors problems during the regular season. That defensive identity, I think it does, because it's slowing the pace down.
It does, but like Gobert's the best defensive player.
Well, it depends on Gobert's health too, because he's been.
That's important.
But also he's a big guy. The Warriors are perimeter based. They're not going to be driving. Gobert is completely taken out of the.
Yeah.
His
one thing we
have
have not mentioned, I think, is changing my mind right on now. Steve Kerr is out, so I've already mentioned I think Mike Brown's an awful coach.
Yes.
And I think that means that I was going to say Warriors sweep, but now that I'm thinking about it, I think the Jazz are going to get at least one, maybe two, with Mike Brown as the coach.
You really think that Steve Kerr matters?
Yes.
The Warriors to win a championship.
Yes.
Absolutely.
He changed that whole system.
Absolutely.
Walton went 33 and 3.
But taking Steve's philosophies and
but regular season and playoffs are so different.
Y'all are killing me with this culture totem pole thing.
Deanjilo gave me this
Y'all
crazy
about to tell
look.
me that Alvin Gentry is like the fifth best coach.
He's a terrible coach.
Allie, what do you think about this
something.
series? Let's get Allie.
Well, Warriors are coming off of they've had a little bit of a break.
Right.
KD's back.
Yep.
I don't know. They're playing really good and really strong right now. Wouldn't be surprised, I guess, if they lost one. Maybe Warriors in 5.
One game.
Maybe or
saying.
definitely. Gotta give me something,
Give it a
Allie.
percentage.
Warriors in 5.
Warriors in 5.
Okay.
What's the chat saying? What's the chat
The
saying?
chat's saying another Warriors in 5. Gobert is hurt. Lucky to win 1.
Yep.
Warriors in 5. ISO Joe can pull out one game in the clutch from
Well,
XO host.
Game 3 in Utah. They win
One
that game.
other thing, though, is the Warriors do have a penchant, and we've seen this even before KD being on them, is that when the shots aren't falling early in the game, sometimes they're all just having an off night, and they get blown out. It happened.
That's
It
possible.
happened last year in the playoffs a couple times.
Yeah.
I could see it, especially with Mike Brown. He doesn't instill any faith.
He's so low on Mike Brown.
I'm
with
low
you
on
there.
Mike Brown.
I'm not high on Mike
so
Brown.
down on Mike Brown.
I think the only way the Jazz can actually win a game, though, in this series, they don't have enough offensive firepower. They really don't.
I mean, if Ingles is scoring,
they can score. They move.
Hood's hitting the threes.
The crazy thing
Gordon-
about the Jazz, they're not a bad offensive team.
They
and
have good defense. They're very good.
They are one of, if not the best defensive teams in the league.
And
they're
Quinn
slowing the
Snyder.
pace.
They-
They slow
right,
the pace
exactly.
down.
Quinn Snyder,
Snyder's a
good coach.
I like Quinn Snyder.
Quinn Snyder is the Brad Stevens of the Western Conference.
Let's
Go.
But what they have to do, they have to slow. They have to use the whole shot clock on every possession, get the best shot
that's-
possible.
they
Do
run
not
from
get into a
sets.
shootout. Don't
That's
get into a shootout with
exactly.
the
Not a
Warriors
problem for them. I don't
and
think they will.
shorten the game.
So they got to
will.
do like the Cavs in the finals last year. That's what the Cavs did last year in the finals.
But the Cavs, the difference between the Cavs, the
They
Cavs
have
have
LeBron
3-point.
James.
They have LeBron and they have 3-point shooting. The Jazz, they have Joe hitting the occasional 3. Ingles can hit the 3. But besides that, who's really hitting 3? Gordon Hayward. I mean, his game is not really shooting the 3 ball. You have to hit those 3s to equalize what the Warriors are doing.
You don't have to.
You do.
No.
Yes, you do.
The Grizzlies don't do that when they play them.
But the Grizzlies can't beat the Warriors in 7.
No, they wouldn't beat them in 7. But what I'm saying is the Grizzlies beat them twice during the season, and I'm saying that
Okay.
because all of this, the
I think
argument,
it's gonna be-
is that they're gonna win a game in this series.
they-
I'm saying and so I'm saying that they're in one of these games, their style, they're gonna impose their will style wise, slow the game down,
Yes.
play really good defense. Steph Curry, someone's gonna be off, and they're gonna win an ugly game.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
it's going to be competitive too. I think that even when they lose a couple of the games, they'll be competitive.
Okay.
Like it'll be close towards the end, which will actually be good for Golden State. I think keep them, instead of blowouts.
Okay. Anything else in the
Brad
chat, Allie?
Stevens is an overrated coach. Just want that to be
The
put out.
chat basically is agreeing Warriors in 5.
Warriors. It's the whole chat.
Come on, chat. Ain't no Jazz fans out there? Jazz
Every
fans-
time you
Jazz
Jazz
fans don't even believe it.
I do a station on the Anchor app. Go download the Anchor app and follow the 10-minute drill. My co-host AJ Kelly is a
Hey.
Jazz fan
Shout out AJ.
from Allentown, Pennsylvania. Is a Jazz fan.
From Allentown, Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Does he love
Is he
Jerry
Amish?
Sloan?
No, he's not on.
That's probably why he's the Jazz.
He said he's not Amish.
Yeah, he's probably lying.
All right. Okay. This guy's logic.
All right. So final series of the Western Conference semifinals is the Rockets
Battle of
against
Texas.
This is the best series.
I think we're going to disagree on the outcome of this series.
Okay, I've
Coaching, baby.
gone back and forth.
Coaching!
I've gone back and forth on this.
Coaching.
And I'm still going back
Who's
and
the
forth.
better coach?
Oh
Wait,
Greg
my
Popovich.
gosh, come on.
Greg
All right, cool.
Popovich is
All
the-
right, just making sure.
He's the best coach
You
of all
lost
time.
your credibility.
I'll
Greg
take Greg
Popovich
Popovich
is the
over
best
anybody
coach
in
in
the
the league.
history of the
In
game.
history, I agree. In
Okay.
history.
So who do you got?
I take him over.
So you're taking the Spurs.
Oh, yeah, I'm taking the Spurs in 7.
7.
I'm taking the Rockets.
I knew we were going to disagree. I just knew it.
I'm taking the Rockets.
Why?
Although
For-
actually,
why?
I'm worried. I don't know how James Harden health is. I think he might be injured.
Really?
Yeah,
He didn't play too well against
the
Oklahoma
last
City.
couple of games. I think they're hiding some type of injury for him, and I think that might be the difference. If he's healthy, like he looked in the regular season, I think the Rockets will win the series. Because if you take away Kawhi, who's, in my opinion, the best player in this series,
Yes,
I told you that I think that Kawhi is
Two-way,
the best. I would start my team with Kawhi over Russell or Harden.
Me too.
But outside of Kawhi, I mean, Houston's got the rest of the guys. Because the way they play, their 3-point shooting, like Eric Gordon's so much better than he actually is, you know, like, and Ryan Anderson, those guys fit that system so well.
But so do players like David Lee, Patty Mills.
Yeah, but they're not. The
Rockets
scoring,
have a better on paper roster, but
You think so?
Oh, definitely.
Scoring.
Deeper. Yeah, from a
Scoring.
scoring. Because they're very similar styles. They're both going to shoot a lot. Kawhi Leonard is the best on the court, but when it comes to depth, Ryan Anderson or David Lee. You know
Right,
what
but
I mean?
LaMarcus Aldridge
I don't really like
is the best big guy in
Aldridge.
the series by far.
Yeah. He needs to.
Come on, man. LaMarcus
far?
Aldridge in Portland was an all-star
No,
top
yeah,
15.
who's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
other
you
big
just
guys
said
there?
in Portland. He's not in Portland anymore.
Well, I think he's the X factor in the series. That's,
he is an X factor.
He's not an X factor because they need him. X factor, in
he hasn't really showed up.
If you show up, we
if
win.
good Tony Parker shows up,
Yes,
and
Manu.
If he shows up and Patty Mills and stuff, I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a great series. I just wonder if the Spurs will be able to score enough, because the Rockets are they're not like that good a team. They just play a system that is better, that makes them better. Because if you can score 3 points instead of 2, it
Right.
doesn't matter. Like it does not. They're not that good of a team, but the D'Antoni system is preferred. And
Yeah.
I just don't know that the Spurs will be able to score with them if Harden's right. If Harden's not right, I don't think they could win the series.
okay.
This is usually when D'Antoni loses. So
I mean, clearly the coaching
It's
is
about
not
that time.
even. I mean, Popovich is way better than
It's
D'Antoni.
time. It's
I
time
don't,
for
I don't, I don't, I
D'Antoni
don't,
exit.
the whole D'Antoni thing, I feel so bad for D'Antoni. He's one of the most underappreciated coaches in the
He's a
history of
good.
the game. He really is.
He's a great offensive mind.
People kill me.
Yeah.
No, don't get me
Alright.
wrong.
It's good
He's a one-trick
offensive
pony. Colin Coward says it best. He's a one-trick pony.
He's
He
got-
absolutely is. But he
What,
does.
he used to tell the guys that doesn't even care about defense.
That's not. He does not say that.
I think that's what he said.
He
used
does
to
not say that. He does not say that.
wouldn't be
Why
shocked.
are you such a defender?
You know
Yeah,
why?
why you
Because
love
I'm a
Mike so
huge
much?
Knicks fan, right?
Oh,
and
really?
I suffered for years. Knicks were awful.
What are you, like the only Knicks fan?
Just listen. We get D'Antoni. We tank, right? We tank, and then finally we get a nice team. We get a nice team we could all chant for. We could all root for.
how sad he is.
Because of D'Antoni's system. Because Danilo Gallinari was playing well. Wilson Chandler was playing well. Raymond Felton was having a career year.
I was just pre-Carmelo.
Do we have some music
And then-
right
I
now?
know,
Look
you're
at
getting
him.
some
You're like,
violent
and then the
music.
memories. Like, look at you.
And then James Dolan just
all the times we made it to the
Just-
first round and
just-
got knocked out.
decided to throw away. And these weren't superstars. They weren't. I know they weren't. I knew this team wasn't gonna go anywhere, but it was a nice start.
Well, you're sad.
It was
You're
a
missing
nice
Danilo
start to
Gallinari.
have. After suffering for years under Stephon Marbury and Eddie Curry, it was a nice start to have these young players in a fun system on track to make the playoffs because they were the 6th seed when they traded for Melo.
Oh my God, this
a
is
lot of people don't
This
know
is
that.
a history.
This guy.
You're the lead host.
Okay, we have Dane.
Tears of joy.
We have Dane Nelson. He says Rockets. Anderson is gonna catch fire from deep.
He was quiet. He was quiet last series. He didn't
That
have
can
a good
happen
series.
in the
And
Spurs can
Harden
still
looked. That's
win.
nothing. The Rockets didn't really play that well.
Harden was hurt.
He didn't play well. Anderson didn't really play well. Nene played
No,
very
they
well.
didn't play that well.
None of them-
That just shows you how bad the Thunder really were. One trick
true.
pony.
Allie, what do you think? Who do you have?
I think I have Spurs in 7.
Smart
What,
girl.
what do we have here? I don't even remember. I said Rockets.
You
I'm
said-
taking Rockets in 6.
Okay, in 6.
Yes. I think if it goes 7, they're losing. That's why.
Okay.
They're not winning a game 7 in San Antonio.
Agreed.
That's a good point.
Agreed.
I think it all depends on Harden. We'll know soon.
I'm in agreement that the Rockets have a better roster, but Greg Popovich over Mike D'Antoni. all
I
day
agree.
long.
I agree.
agree with that.
Popovich. I agree with Popovich over D'Antoni, but
Yeah.
I mean,
And that's why they'll win.
okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Allie, what's the chat saying?
The chat is saying, EXO host, I'm still salty about Houston beating OKC, Spurs in 5.
Me too, man.
5.
Me too. I'm a little hurt off of that as well.
If-
Maybe that
if
plays a
Harden-
role.
Is there anyone else chatting, or is it just EXO?
We have other people. Sam Jones says, yeah, Spurs in 7, but I want the Rockets to win.
Why? Why, Sam?
Keep rattling if you can.
It's Battle of Texas.
Sam Jones also said, yeah, I think the Warriors in 5 unless a key warrior gets injured.
Okay.
Wait,
KD.
KD?
That's not far-fetched.
Rockets in 5
No, 6. No.
instead of KD?
I'm asking more.
Wait, what?
Nothing. I don't know. I missed that. What do you think about my highlighter today?
I love it. I
Also,
love
are
it.
you sponsored by Coca-Cola right now, or what's going on?
Yes, you can fund now. I can't. I don't even know if I'm allowed to do that.
Oh, what's going on?
I'm a live read for Coca-Cola.
Jesus.
Yeah, let's not do that.
You got any more Knicks stuff? Come
I,
on.
I will go on a rant forever.
I saw it in your face. Look at you.
I'm hurt, man.
I know, I can tell.
I am hurt.
I feel for you. There's, if you hire Scott Brooks,
Oh, God.
your team could have a future too.
Disgusting.
Scott Brooks used to be a Knick.
Wait, who's your team? Do you have a team?
Yeah.
Who?
I'm a Knicks fan.
Are you actually?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Me and Rippe are thinking about doing a podcast here.
But the thing is that I don't take it the way that Josh does. You saw the
I like
anguish in his
that. I
face?
like the passion more.
You know I haven't been to a Knick game since they traded for Carmelo Anthony.
Didn't you tell me you were going to one?
I almost broke it. I almost
Yeah,
broke
look
it.
at
All
you.
right. Let's do predictions for tomorrow. Okay? Tomorrow's game. I know we did series predictions, but let's do just for strictly tomorrow. We had Cleveland at home against Toronto. Now, do you think Toronto has to take game one in order to win this series, or is this like a must win? Because
No one said they're winning this series.
No, it's in Cleveland.
right,
Toronto must take game one in Cleveland.
game one or two, they have to. Right?
Well, it would be nice.
Okay. So who do you have tomorrow? Cleveland or Toronto?
Toronto.
Really?
You're just saying stuff. You're just saying stuff.
Toronto.
Mike Bayless. What do you got?
Don't ever do that.
Oh, yeah, that's disrespectful.
Hey, man, if you want to pay me that money, I'm down. But
Based on my theory, the Cavs are going to embarrass them, like 101 to 84 or something like that.
I agree with D'Angelo. I think the Cavs blow them out.
all right, well,
I agree.
think-
Adding on to you
Look at
guys,
this.
yeah, Cavs at home, it'll be easy for them.
Okay. And then the Spurs at home against the Rockets.
Spurs at home against the Rockets.
Game one. Game one. Specifically game one.
Rockets take game one.
Taking the Rockets.
Yeah.
Taking the road teams. Let's go.
I'm taking Rockets too. I thought we would differ on this.
I think
Spurs
Pop's gonna
win
have them
series.
prepared.
Oh, look at this, Allie.
There you go.
There you go, Allie.
I think he will, especially after their last series, them
Yeah.
struggling a little bit. I think he's really gonna have them prepared, and they're playing at home. So
Are these games TNT?
ESPN.
Yeah, it's during the week, so it should be. I think ESPN only does weekend
Come
games.
on. I don't know.
I'm going to go with yes.
TNT, yes. TNT. Yep, both TNT.
Cool.
All right. Guys, any final thoughts? You want to wrap up? Final thoughts on round one before we exit out of here?
Scott Brooks should be coach of the year. Wizards.
Why
in
are you a
6.
Scott Brooks defender?
No, I am a very subjective Washington Wizard fan.
If he was not the coach of the Wizards, you
I would
not
have
like
no
him this
emotions
much.
towards him at all.
No, you do.
But so yeah, I heart the Wizards.
Okay.
And that's all I have. I don't know. Why am I talking?
Rippy, anything you want to add? Looking forward to round two?
I added everything.
All right.
Just keep up with me on social media. You know,
I think it's very important.
What is this show today?
All right, well, that just about does it for our
Tell me
playoff
my
wrap.
highlighter. I don't know.
What's up?
Tell me about my highlighter.
All right, you know what? Where can they find you, Mike Rippe? You tell them. Look into the camera right there.
Okay, we're gonna go.
Yeah.
You can find me on social media at Mike Rips, and I'll see you guys like next month.
Next, oh, that's right. Rippe's gone.
I'm
Rippe's
gone.
gone.
But don't forget my predictions.
Yes, we will remember
Yes.
your predictions.
Scott
We
Brooks, no way.
D'Angelo.
Yo, you guys can hit me up on Twitter, on Instagram. We can talk about how much we love the Wizards together. Hit me up, Deanjilo, Deanjilo. Where can they find you, Josh?
I am Josh Rodriguez. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter at Josh_Rodriguez_Allie Bailey. Where can they find you?
Hey guys, thanks for joining us in the chat. Everyone that joined. My name's Allie Bailey. You can find me on social media, Allie Bailey_1.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. We're here every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, reviewing the NBA playoffs for you. We're now in the second round. Thanks for joining us in the chat. We will see you next time.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Bye.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.